Hi guys, this is Srinivas Gattani and today is 2nd of March 2026. A world-changing event has happened on 28th of February, that was day before yesterday, and 1st of March, that is yesterday. And in the early Indian hours, morning of Indian hours, President Trump announced that they have decided to attack Iran on the pretext of the last 30 or 40 years of atrocities which America, Israel, and American allies in the Middle East have faced at the hands of Iranian regime, that is the regime of IRGC, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, which is actually a company based in Iran, and it runs a regime for the entire state of Iran. Here on 28th of February, you can see on a tweet that President Trump has announced how they have launched Operation Epic Fury. Hear him out.
From Lebanon to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again, they can never have a nuclear weapon. That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. After that attack, we warned them never to resume their malicious pursuit of nuclear weapons, and we sought repeatedly to make a deal. We tried. They wanted to do it. They didn't want.
So basically, President Trump is stating that Iran had ambitions of developing a nuclear weapon, and this has been discussed for, say, about 30 years as yet. And last year in July, we know about the airstrikes which America took under the name of Operation Midnight Hammer, which bombed these facilities which President talked about in Iran, which were supposed to be enriching weapons-grade uranium. Now, he also said that why will an oil and gas-rich country who makes its primary money from exporting oil and gas, this is basically energy, why do they want nuclear energy to power their country? So if Iran is enriching uranium, it is to make the nuclear bomb. That is common sense. But they have come to the peace talks several times. They want to talk, they do not want to talk, and they were fuzzy about what they were doing. And as the world becomes a smaller place and becomes more connected, as the countries around Iran in the Middle East grows and becomes very vital to the economy, the global economy, Iran was living in some kind of a dark age. And despite the grand civilization which the Iranian people have, which has seen so much innovation and so much civilization, modernizations, and so many things. Iran gave so many things to the world. But this particular regime of IRGC, which has been around for 47 years, have taken Iran back to the dark ages when the rest of the world have been progressing at the speed of science. And why now? Because the rest of the Middle East have, despite of having similar cultural values and similar civilizations, They have prospered, and they are rapidly advancing in science and technology, and getting unified with the rest of the world. And Iran decided not to. So that's basically the crux of the underlying point of conflict, should I say. Now, Iran, the IRGC regime of Iran had two poles, bipolar mentality. They were hardliner Islamists, and they had the head of a state as which they called a supreme leader, who was a grand imam and very revered across not only Iran but many other places in the Islamic world. At the same time, they embraced science and technology only to militarize themselves. They build a huge amount of hypersonic missiles. They build cutting edge drone technology, which they are selling to multiple countries. And then, but this technology advancements are limited to to modernize their military to make themselves ready for some kind of an end time prophetic war. The same technological advancements were not taken to the broader public. Iran is a country of a population of 92 million, and most of the people are living in some kind of a dark age. Anybody who we know that Iranians are the best of among the best of the best when it comes to any sorts of technological or any professional trait, and they are among the best across the globe, be it finance, be it medicine, be it manufacturing, or any other field of science or technology, or in general being successful. And they are very cultured people. They are very humble. They are kind. They are artistic, and but the same people who are left behind in the country of Iran have been subdued and even made to suffer compared to the rest of the Middle Eastern region. And the this is pretty much evident from whomsoever visits Middle East, get a chance to visit Iran somehow. So the technological advancements were not really pushed into the economy, into the hands of these people. And as a result of this, they were facing multiple people protest over the last 2 decades, which were escalating. And these people protests were quelled very mercilessly, ruthlessly. People were shot, hanged, stoned by the regime, and clearly declared as against God, because the supreme leader had assumed divine authority, and the IRGC had recognized his divine authority, and everybody who spoke against the regime was against the supreme leader and IRGC, and was executed as such. So it became a tyranny of sorts. And these people revolutions were not stopping, because the people were facing the burnt of the regime excesses over a period of time. And last December, that is December 2025, there was from there on till the end of January, there have been massive uprisings at the scale Iran has never seen before. It grew to it spread to almost all cities, all 31 provinces in Iran, and uh, and as a result of this uprising, IRGC literally killed 38,000 of its own countrymen and women on the streets, and shut down the internet. As a result of this, in early January, the Iranian rial dropped from to the exchange rate dropped for $1 to a million Iranian rial. The exchange was for $1 you get a million Iranian rial, and today that is 1,030,300,000 Iranian real. So the financial state of the country is in the perils. All the people have been pushed into abject poverty since January. So these people are literally trapped in the country. They do not have any means of escaping the regime, and it is not a small population. It's a population of 92 million odd people, and in the size, Iran is a very big geographical country as well. So it's a pressure cooker situation where the regime was facing a lot of internal pressure, and it had nuclear ambitions. It has a huge cache of hypersonic missiles, and it was facing huge amount of political sanctions. And on top of it, it met with a financial collapse. So it was a sad story in the making, and it was about to crumble. And if a nation of this size, this bigger size, with such a deep past civilization falls, it will not go with a whimper. It will make a bang. So it had to be preemptively arrested before it became a problem for the region. It starts blaming some of the countries for in the region, and simply exercising whatever power it has onto them.